Okay, this is a video to the guy who keeps complaining about Coil Whine on a GTX 980 Hall of Fame edition. I have here Furmark, max settings 1080p, and I am hearing no coil whine. It's not even smooth either, it's going at 24 frames per second, it's pushing it. And no coil whine. However, for some odd reason, menus seem to be the most stressful part of any game, for reasons unknown. So Bioshock Infinite. I have the sound on the TV turned off, so you can hear this in its full loudness. The loudest thing in the system right now are the two front fans. And you even have the advantage of having the side door off. Going into the main game. I'm gonna move around a bit, see if that does anything. It probably won't though. You can see here there's a lot of shadows going on. It's a very intense part of the game, at least for visuals. And no coil whine. How fast is this game running? Let's open up Fraps. Let's set the frame rate to unlimited. See how high we can get it. Not giving me that option for some reason there. Nope. I don't know why it's doing this. Whatever. Still, intense part of the game. 980 is not making a sound. The fans are going at actually a very low speed, barely pushing out any air at all. Like I said, the loudest part of the entire system is still the two front intake fans. Well, maybe it's just a game. Okay, let's try a different game. Here I have Borderlands 2, a very fun game. So let's open that up. For those of you wondering, yes, that's a hard drive to store the games, and an SSD as a boot drive. This system is currently for sale, but not with a 980 installed. You would have a 760 installed normally. So let's leave that there. Alright, the GTX 760 can max this game out. So let's swap the frame cap from smooth to unlimited. And there we go. Alright, I'm gonna quit so I can reset the graphics. As you could hear, or not hear, at the menu there, it didn't make a sound. I have another GTX 980 Hall of Fame edition I could try, but I don't know if it'd make any difference. I don't think it would, because I've tested it before, and if anything, it didn't have any coil whine. Oh yeah. Or maybe the menu's just at 60, I don't know. Continue, I should be... oh, here. I hate this place. Alright, we're getting 60 here. Card, not making sound. We're in the newest, one of the newest DLCs. Butter smooth. Well, at least to me. To the camera is only picking up 30 frames. I don't have any benchmarking software on this except for Firmark. So let me get some other benchmarking software. And if there is any Coil Whine, I will let you know. Alright, we're mostly through this CPU test in 3D Mark 11. And the only thing I can hear from the card is a very, very, very low hum that would not be audible at all if I had the side panel on. So, Coil Whine? I don't think so. Not with this card. Maybe in another benchmark. Let's get the other benchmark running and see how it does. In case you're wondering, 3D Mark 11 gives us a score of exactly 14,000. Alright, on to the next benchmarking test. So far, none of the games or any of the benchmarks showed any sign of Coil Whine. Let's move on. Alright, the first kind of case of Coil Whine. Making a slight hiss at this one thing that's not even benchmarking, it's just a preview. But again, with the side panel on, it would be hard to notice. It's not that loud. It's not quite louder than the front intake fans. So it's not that big a deal. I've definitely heard louder. Especially from the AMD cards. They can get really loud. And then, I'm not going to blame the card itself. I'm going to blame the 6-year-old power supply. It doesn't have the best power delivery. I bet you if I put in a newer bronze or gold rated power supply, it wouldn't make this sound. That FPS, man. It's all about that FPS. Why is it so high? What resolution is this running at? Of course, that is just one of the Hall of Fames I have. I will do the exact same test with the other Hall of Fame. You can tell which Hall of Fame it is because this one, there's a scratch right there, down by the thing. You can see it. So I'll put it in the other 980 and see what happens. Alright, there's the other 980 in there. There's the other one. Still a little bit warm. But here it is with the oh so disappointing scratch. There. I'm pissed off about that tiny thing. Alright, so the other GTX 980 is there. And the other newer one is in there. Gonna go through the same start test of using Firmark. Maxing it out and letting it do a stress test for just a little bit. Once again, running at 24 frames per second, it's pushing the GPU. The fans are barely running. These fans are once again louder. So let's quit out of that because that's not as important. And now we know what did the Coil Whine before. It was this 3D Mark. So we're going to go right into that. Looks like I can't change anything. So run primary tests. Woo. I don't know why I had an error there. Running as admin usually works, so let's see if that does anything. Alright, loading up the same graphics test as before. Will it do a coil whine? Not as much of a coil whine. It does kind of a light hiss. Actually, no, never mind. It's not a bad coil whine still. I think it's worse than the other one, but still nowhere near as bad as an AMD. But once again, side door on, and it should be good. Besides, so far they've only been doing it in this one benchmark. Unless you're running this benchmark 24/7, I don't think you're going to hear that kind of coil whine, like, ever. So yeah, under extreme benchmarking, it does do coil whine. But sorry about the cutoff, phone ran out of space. But as I was saying, the only way you can get coil whine is if you're doing extreme benchmarking. And if you're on a gaming computer, you only do that maybe once ever to see where it stands. And then you just play games, because that's what it's built to do. And when playing games, it either makes a slight hum or it makes nothing at all. And with the side door on, the hum is completely inaudible. So that's my conclusion. Thanks, Game Way Out. See you next time.